question that the football world now needs to answer, and that is quite simply, are Spurs still a big club? Personally, in my opinion, no. You cannot flirt with relegation and be in a relegation fight for 2 seasons and still consider yourself one of the big boys. Before any Spurs fans try to use the Europa League as some form of argument, Crystal Palace won the FA Cup and the Community Shield. Does that mean they now get the right to dance with the big boys? Another thing, this parade, this show of support before the game in a relegation cup final. Packing out the streets, all with flares, singing, cheering, putting all over social media that this was going to happen, only for the stadium to look like this in the 70th minute. Some backing that is. 13 games without a win in the Premier League. 13 games. You have to go back to December 2025 for their last win. We're now in March 2026. And their next run of games all the way up to the end of the season are no easy task either. You look at some of the teams they've got to play. You see that Wolves are bottom of the table. You think, oh, Spurs can pick up some points there. I promise you now, if you had no idea where either team were in the table and just sat down and watched both of them play, you would think Wolves were above them. And you really do feel for this man because he's been thrown into the deep end with a squad that is depleted and with players who can't be asked, and you do really feel like, what more can he actually do? Terrible news as well for him personally after the result on Sunday, but you just feel like, what is he supposed to do? He's been chucked into something that seems like it's already gone. This result was a real eye-opener, and it was a huge result in terms of what it could mean for both teams' seasons. And the way Forest just picked Spurs apart was quite incredible to watch. Gibbs White as well, putting one of the 3 nails in the coffin, was very poetic and basically written after the shambles that happened over the summer. But just look what it's done to the bottom end of this Premier League table. Spurs have actually got West Ham to thank because they were unable to do anything against Villa. Could you imagine if West Ham had rocked up and taken 3 points at Villa Park and we'd have gone into the international break with Spurs sitting 18th? So let's go back to the original question. Are Spurs actually still a big club considering they've had 1 trophy and 2 relegation battles in the last 20 years?